love it. What's up? What's up? Hi. Ooh. Happy Sunday. I had to restart the live because TikTok was slow in sending out the invitations. Let y'all know I was here. Oh, it was fantastic. She was fantastic. She was fantastic. I could have just gone just to see Missy, which is what I would have preferred. I would have preferred just to see her by herself. Let me just tell you this. Jordan and I have figured out we do not like big arena shows. I recommend it because Ciara was much better than I thought. Missy was spectacular. Missy's whole set kind of put you in the mind of The Wiz. Like, it was just colorful, creative. She was bomb. She was rapping. She was singing. She was dancing. When I tell you it was a production, that was a Beyonce level production. I don't like being close to the stage. That's not my preference. I don't want to be close to the stage. I want to be out far enough to where I can see everything. Close to the stage it's not my thing. So I could have done without Busta Rhymes because Busta Rhymes stayed on the stage way too long. Like, TikTok was saying that he only did like 1 or 2 songs, but he was on for like 45 minutes. Or it was probably close to an hour. Like, okay. Anywho, I still think the Bruno Mars concert was the best concert I've ever been to because my preference is to get in and get out. I don't want to sit through 10 minutes of intermission while they change the stage and all this, that, and the other. I'm too old for it now. And I guess Jordan's too old for it too because he didn't enjoy it either. I want to get in, see who I came to see, them have a 90-minute set, and we go home. We got there at 7. We got there about probably like 7:15. We left even before Missy was completely finished because it was like 10:30. Why am I still here at 10:30? I felt like I was watching the Titanic. I mean, Missy, if you don't give a fuck about Ciara or Busta Rhymes, go late. That's my advice. The Missy part is well worth seeing. Ciara was great, but not, if you are a Ciara fan, you'll enjoy it. Other than that, I'm glad I had the experience. I'm glad that I saw her. I can say that I've seen Missy Elliott, and I'm on with the rest of my day. It's now out of my system. Y'all ready to work? Y'all ready to work? If that's a recommendation, then yes. But if you ain't trying to see, yes, she was. I don't know if Ciara was saving up. I don't know if Ciara was saving up her energy for Vegas. But she did fantastic. I will be posting the videos. Jordan posted a lot of videos to his story, so if you haven't seen it, do that. But she did much better than where she was in Seattle or whatever. She was doing it. It was giving what was supposed to be given. And the mic was on. I'm not mad at Ciara at all. Okay? At all. Because I was like, she better conserve her energy for Vegas. She better get it up. Because if she doing all them little 1-2 step moves she was doing in them other places. But again, Vegas is very high energy. So the audience was also giving. You feel me? Because remember in the beginning when Beyonce first started her tour and everybody was like, she was over in Sweden and places like that. Everybody's like, ugh, she kind of low energy. But when she got over to the States, she was, that's how they were last night. And I think that's probably why Busta Rhymes stayed on stage as long as he did, because the audience was giving, the energy was there, the place was packed out. So audience participation and energy also contributes to the show. They were hype. Everybody was hype. So Ciara put on a show. So maybe we should blame the audience that her energy was low. But she worked. So I am not mad. I will post the videos. I'm not mad. So, how is everybody feeling on this bright and sunny Sunday with all of the drama? How y'all doing with all the distractions? How y'all doing with all the things that are supposed to take your focus off of this, that, and the other? How y'all feeling with the WWE drama that transpired yesterday? Desperate people will do desperate things. That will show you exactly how desperate someone is. I know, I heard about Shannon Doherty. What's your blood type? Put it in the comments. It was giving Jussie Smollett. I know all the people that died, but that thing yesterday was giving Jussie Smollett. It was giving boot on the neck. Trumpy Smollett. That's exactly what that was. And the thing is, it's not fooling anybody. That's what I'm so proud of us, that it's not fooling anybody. I think this is really going to backfire so bad. I think this is going to backfire so bad for him. Like, dude, why do you have to go through these lengths? The cheating and I mean, it's just that in and of itself, I'm just going to say this and we're moving on. That in and of itself is proof positive that these people know Biden is going to win. You do not have to go through these great lengths. He played himself. You don't have to go through all these great lengths if you really believe that you're going to be the winner. That all those Secret Service people were hired. I could tell by the girl's pants. Y'all didn't see the girl's pants, the skin tight pants that girl had on? Y'all didn't see those non-regulation pants that the girl in the front had on? And Secret Service does not let you stop and take a photo. I was alive when Reagan got Purim Purim, okay? The Secret Service is going to do their job. They are there to protect you. They are going to rush you off the stage. They're not going to just pile on top of you and let you put ketchup on your ear and then bring you up and let you do a photo op. That's not how the Secret Service works. Okay? They are there to do their job, and that is to put their lives on the line for you. They are not going to take your orders. They are going to get you out of there. And I was at the concert. As soon as I saw it I think it was right before we left for the concert is when I saw it, and I just put, that was staged. That's a setup. He would have been rushed out of there. So anyway, as long as we all know, do not be distracted from the Schmepstein files and Project 2025. All of that was because everybody was starting to realize these Epstein files were out there. So let's change the narrative and turn him into a bigger victim than what he already is. I'm just so proud of us that we're not falling for the shenanigans. Okay? proud of us. But if anybody's to blame, it's him. If it was real, if anybody's to blame, it's him, because he's the one that introduced violence into politics. He's the one that did it. He did it. You're the one talking about smacking people in the head at your rallies and shit like that. I mean, come on. You the one talking about drag them out of here. You did it. America ain't going for it. His minions are going for it. There's a difference between America and his minions. Okay? His minions will go for it because they want a reason. They want a reason to be who they are by nature. They want a reason to be who they are by nature. They're violent by nature. So they want a cause. So 35% of this country is sheep. Okay? It is scary. So that should let you know, if he's willing to go this far, that should let you know what his presidency is going to be like. If he's willing to go this far to get power, that should let you know how far he'll go during that presidency. So I hope that this opens your eyes as to what is in store if we do not go out and vote. Okay? So let's go on to something else. Put your blood type in the comments. We're going to get this work in today. Okay? Put your blood type in the comments. I am Mama Trey. If you're new to me, I am Mama Trey, and I teach you how to eat according to your blood type in order to reverse dis-ease. Okay? So, I'll talk about all 4 blood types and what ailments you guys are prone to based on those blood types, and what foods trigger those ailments and what foods could reverse those ailments. Okay? So, the reason we start with blood type O is because blood type O is the majority of Americans. You make up 44% of Americans. Okay? So, the positive and negative of your blood type does not matter when it comes to food. So if you're an O, you're an O. Okay? So if you have any of these ailments, I want you to put it in the comments. Do you have insulin resistance? Insulin resistance, and you may not know that you have insulin resistance, okay? But let me explain to you what insulin resistance is. When you become insulin resistant, it is because you have triggered your body to keep releasing insulin into your bloodstream. Eventually, your red blood cells are going to become resistant to the glucose, okay? When your blood cells become resistant to the glucose, it causes your arteries and your veins to constrict. So think about a water hose when you bend it, okay? When your arteries and your veins constrict, that puts pressure on your heart. And when you put pressure on your heart, that sends your blood pressure up. So how many of you have high blood pressure? Because most people that have high blood pressure, it is because they are insulin resistant. Put in the comments if you have high blood pressure. Okay? Also, you guys have intestinal dysbiosis. Intestinal dysbiosis is when you have bad bacteria. Okay? Bad bacteria is at the root of a lot of ailments. Very common ones that people deal with. Okay? Our bodies are mostly bacteria. So this whole body that you have is made up of trillions of bacteria. Okay? That bacteria can either be good bacteria or bad. So there's never going to be a time that you can get rid of bacteria in your body because that's your whole body. Okay? But the objective is to feed that bacteria food that it likes. food that makes it friendly and to support you rather than to fight you. Okay? So, if you have any of these ailments, put in the comments. Alopecia, endometriosis, IBS, IBD, acne, rosacea, psoriasis, plaque psoriasis, dermatitis, eczema, yeast infections, urinary tract infections, H. pylori, staph, E. coli, cellulitis, okay? Some stomach cancers, depression and anxiety, your COPD, your thyroid issues, all come from bad bacteria in your gut. Okay? Another thing that's very common with blood type O is your thyroid issues. Then inflammation and anemia. If you have inflammation that you're battling and anemia, put it in the comments. So while you're here, I want you to tap the screen, send the hearts up, and share the live. Okay? But I also want you to know in advance that you're probably going to become emotional. You're probably going to become emotional. And in becoming emotional, you want to cuss me out and call me names and all these kind of crazy things. I'm used to it. Okay? Because what's going to happen is it's going to expose your addiction to these foods. You've been friends with these foods your entire life, but once you find out that the foods that you love are literally at the root of your ailments, then you're going to be pretty pissed off about it. Okay? So, first things first, what is the worst thing you can ever put in your body if you're a blood type O? Put it in the comments. What is the worst thing you can ever put in your body if you're blood type O? Let's see what y'all think it is. I know most of y'all know what it is, but the worst thing for blood type O, number one, is wheat. Wheat, first thing. Okay? Wheat is literally diabolical. For the simple fact that first things first, the first thing that wheat does in the body is it triggers a violent inflammation in your intestines. When your intestines become swollen, all of your organs become swollen. So now you're walking around inflamed because you just ate some pizza, or you just ate a sandwich, or you just ate some oatmeal, or you just ate, okay? The number two thing that wheat does in your body is it stops your body from absorbing minerals and nutrients in other foods. So now you're becoming mineral deficient because you're eating something that's blocking your body from absorbing the minerals. When you become mineral deficient, that triggers mental illness, okay? Because mental illness is at the roots, mineral deficiency is at the roots of mental illness. Okay, so if you are schizophrenic or bipolar or hyperactive, or you have ADHD, bipolarism, any of that stuff is because your body is lacking minerals. Okay? And then the third thing that it does is it converts your happy hormones, which is dopamine and serotonin, into anger and aggression hormones. So now, you've gone from a perfectly happy person to an angry, depressed, sad, and anxious person because of what you are eating. Hi, Cynthia. Okay? Think about your kids. How are your kids' emotions these days? Why are your kids' emotions up and down and all over the place? Think about the climate of the country. Why is everybody either depressed or angry? 50% of the US population is clinically depressed. And the most common thing that we're all eating is wheat-based foods. Okay? The fourth thing that wheat does in the body is it interferes with your metabolic hormones. Our metabolism is run by hormones. Okay? So when you eat wheat, it stops those hormones from doing what they're designed to do. And that is to convert food into energy and fuel for you to use. But when you're eating wheat, okay, that is going to stop your metabolism from running the way it's supposed to, which is supposed to convert your food into energy. Now it converts it into sugar and stores it as fat. Stop wheat. The second thing you should never ever eat again is corn. Corn is another one. Now, mind you, the stuff that I'm telling y'all right now is the stuff that's raising your blood pressure. The stuff that I'm telling you right now is what's at the root of your high blood pressure. Okay? Share the live and tap the screen. The number 2 thing is corn. Corn literally stops insulin production in your body. Now, I know when I say corn, you're thinking corn on the cob or corn in the can. But corn is another nefarious thing because it's in everything. High fructose corn syrup, regular corn syrup, cornstarch, corn oil, and then there's white distilled vinegar. White distilled vinegar is made from sun-ripened yellow GMO corn. And white distilled vinegar is in every condiment in your house. So your ketchup, your mustard, your mayonnaise, your barbecue sauce, your hot sauce, all your salad dressings. So corn is in everything. Now you can see why we have such an epidemic of diabetes. So between wheat and corn, what you should never, ever, ever eat again as a blood type O. Okay, this is what's on your avoids list. So when you go get your foods list, all of the stuff that I'm telling you is on your avoids list. And when you get your foods list and you start reading through the avoid foods, you will understand completely why you're sick. You will understand completely why you have the ailments you have. Because you have been eating food that your body cannot process or digest or immediately triggers inflammation, which is going to lead to disease. So here's what you should completely cut out. Barley, cornflakes, cornmeal, all corn grains. That's popcorn, that's grits, that's cornbread, that's all of. Every time you fry your fish, I don't understand why just followed you keeps coming up on the screen. If it comes up one more time, I'm going to put you out. So I don't know if it's a TikTok thing or if it's a you thing. So, also, cream of wheat, Amir, Familia, Farina, Farro, gluten flour. Gluten flour and wheat are 2 different things. So I know a lot of people are out here eating gluten-free snacks, but gluten-free snacks still have wheat in it. So if you got some gluten-free snacks in your house, go read the ingredients. Okay? Graham flour, grape nuts, grits, kamut, lentil flour, dal, mastigum, papadum, puff wheat, 7 grain, shredded wheat, sorghum, wheat bran, wheat germ, bulgur wheat, durum wheat, semolina wheat. I know what's happening. I don't know what's going on with TikTok. I don't know what's happening with TikTok. But it's showing y'all's face and it's just saying, just sent you a gift. And I'm like, when did y'all start? Stop changing stuff. I don't like when you change things. Leave shit how it is. What about quinoa? Go get your foods list. At the root of your problems as a blood type O is carbs. Blood type O cannot eat anything that turns into sugar in its body. Okay? There are no grains that benefit blood type O. Okay? None. Nobody is going to eat artichoke flour. Nobody is going to be eating Essene bread and manna bread because you can't find it. And here's what you need to understand. All the grains in America are trash. They were all genetically modified in the 50s. There's no organic soil in America, so nothing that you buy is going to be organic. And the definition of organic means less chemicals, not chemical free. Okay? The grains in America are trash. They are full of chemicals that target mainly your reproductive organs and skyrocket your estrogen levels. Everybody should stop eating grains. Everybody. Okay? Hold on. Semolina wheat. Semolina wheat is all of your pasta. Your macaroni, your spaghetti, your fettuccine, your lasagna noodles, your ramen noodles. All of that is semolina wheat. You got whole grain wheat, whole wheat flour, white flour, sprouted wheat. Okay? Blood type O. You cannot process any grains. Okay? You do not tolerate any wheat products at all and should eliminate them completely from your diet. The third thing that you should never ever eat again as a blood type O is dairy foods. Dairy foods. How many of y'all are in love with dairy food? The thing that you need to understand about dairy foods is lactose is sugar. So when you're eating dairy foods, you're putting a lot of sugar in your body. And as a blood type O, again, y'all cannot have anything that turns into sugar in your body. Lactose is sugar. The technical reason why blood type O can't tolerate sugar is because the antigens on our red blood cells, okay, is sugar. Blood type O has no antigens on their red blood cells. None. This is why y'all can donate to all the other blood types, because you don't have any antigens. Okay? There's very limited fruit that y'all can have. That's not y'all's life. Here's what y'all need to accept early on. Okay? Sweet food is not your life. Savory is your life. I'm simplifying it for you. Savory is your life. Okay? Sweet is not your life. Smoothies is not your life. Oatmeal is not your life. It's not your life. Juicing is not your life. That's not you. A big, fat, juicy steak is your life. That's your life. And I'm sorry that you've been lied to all this time, but that's what's happening. You've been lied to this entire time. If you had been eating big, fat, juicy steaks your entire life, you'd be perfectly healthy. You would be perfectly freaking healthy. But you've been misled, bamboozled, hoodwinked. Dairy foods triggers inflammation in your body and leads to your high blood pressure. Here are the other things that are raising your blood pressure. Kidney beans, lentils, bacon. Navy beans, potatoes. Why are O's still able to have processed certain fruits and not have problems? Who said you're not having problems? And what certain fruits are you talking about? Who says you're not having problems? Y'all have been eating these foods your entire life and you didn't know that they were causing your problem. So who says that these fruits that you think that you have no problem with are causing you no problems? Because you've been blaming beef for your problems all this time and you haven't even been eating no beef. You got high cholesterol because of beef and you ain't ate beef in 5 years. Why is your cholesterol still high? You got gout, you ain't ate no red meat in 5 years, but you still got a big toe. You've been blaming the wrong things for your problems. So you might think that these fruits are fantastic But the fruits are at the root of your problem, and every time you eat some beef, you can't seem to process the beef, so you blame the beef. It's never been the beef, it's been the fucking fruits. It's never been the beef, it's been your side dishes. You've been blaming all the wrong shit for your problems. Let's talk about these potatoes for a second. Because this is the part of the program where everybody starts to lose their shit. This is when y'all really start getting into your emotions. Y'all should not be eating no potatoes. What about legumes? Told you. It's only been 5 minutes and y'all emotional already. When y'all start with the whatabouts, that's emotion. Y'all are not the carbohydrate people. What are legumes? Carbohydrates. If somebody told me that I could eat all the red meat I wanted to eat, why the fuck would I think about eating some beans? What about? The reason that y'all are going to have a hard time getting rid of these carbohydrates is because you're addicted to sugar. You're going to get your sugar wherever you can, because most of you have a bunch of worms in your stomach. Parasites love sweet foods wherever they can get the sweets. Y'all don't even think that potato chips are sweet. Anything that is a carb or a starch turns into sugar in your body. So if you're sitting around craving potatoes and craving beans and craving legumes and craving all these things, that's just feeding your parasites. They're going to get the sugar wherever they can get it. So if you quickly want to change your life and start healing your body, you need to go get your foods list and completely cut out the foods that are on your avoids list. There are some things on your beneficial list you should never be eating again, like sweet potatoes. Y'all shouldn't be eating no potatoes at all, ever. Potatoes are extremely hard on your kidneys. Who here has kidney problems? Who here has kidney problems? Why do black people have more kidney problems than everybody else? Why more black people on dialysis than anybody else? Potatoes have so much potassium in it, they're going to destroy your kidneys. But white potatoes specifically triggers inflammation in your body because it is a nightshade vegetable. Nightshade vegetables immediately trigger inflammation in your body. Okay? Nightshade vegetables are white potatoes, bell peppers, okra, eggplant, sorrel, tobacco, tomatoes. All of those are nightshades. Nightshade vegetables immediately emit a phytotoxin as soon as you eat them. That phytotoxin comes in contact with your blood and it triggers a chemical reaction that causes your body to believe it's being attacked. So when your body feels threatened, the first thing that it does is swell, because that's only one of its defense mechanisms. The other defense mechanism that your body has is to create mucus. Swelling protects your organs. Mucus protects your immune system. Nightshade. My suggestion for endometriosis is to get your foods list and stop eating the stuff on the avoids list. Only eat the beneficial foods, because endometriosis comes from bad bacteria in your gut. Potatoes create bad bacteria in your gut. Dairy creates bad bacteria in your gut. Corn creates bad bacteria in your gut. So how would you like to know that your love of potatoes and corn and cheese is why you would have to have a hysterectomy? Blood type O individuals have a tendency towards inflammatory conditions. Everything that I'm telling you about is causing inflammation in the body. Wheat, corn, dairy, kidney beans, lentils, bacon, navy beans, potatoes, tomatoes, corn oil, food additives, guar gum, carrageenan. Guar gum is in your almond milk. Guar gum in your almond milk is triggering inflammation in your body. It's raising your blood pressure. What else? Peanut oil. These are the things that are at the root of your high blood pressure. How many of y'all got high blood pressure again? How many of y'all have high blood pressure again? Remind me. And I'm sure your doctor said, oh, cut back on sodium. You cut back on sodium, but you still have high blood pressure. Why? Because you're still eating those foods. Your sodium had nothing to do with your high blood pressure. It had to do with you eating cheese and potatoes and bread and corn. So if you want to solve your high blood pressure problem, you need to stop eating those foods. You can go and purchase the foods list and download it into your phone and start tomorrow by only eating the beneficial foods. In the next 7 days, you're going to lose 7 to 10 pounds of inflammation simply because you're not eating any foods that cause you to be inflamed. How do you get rid of inflammation? Stop eating the food that inflames you. So simple. So simple. So what is causing you to have all this bad bacteria? The body is made up of mostly bacteria. Okay? That bacteria in our bodies has a job. They all have different jobs. Bacteria works. Okay? It has a job. They have assignments. So when you're eating foods that your bacteria doesn't like, then it causes disease in the body. So if you have any of these diseases, put in the comments. Endometriosis, alopecia, IBS, IBD, all your skin problems, your acne, your dermatitis, your rosacea, your plaque psoriasis, your regular psoriasis, your eczema, your urinary tract infections, your yeast infections, your thyroid problems. How many of y'all got thyroid problems? That's very common for blood type O. All of that comes from bad bacteria. Your E. coli, your staph, your H. pylori, all of it comes from bad bacteria because you're eating these foods: potatoes, dairy, corn, rhubarb. I don't know how many of y'all are eating rhubarb like that, but oranges. Oranges and orange juice creates bad bacteria in your gut. How would you like to know that your bad skin issues, your acne, you buying all these products for this eczema and this psoriasis, you going back and forth to the dermatologist, but you drinking orange juice every morning? Oranges and orange juice is bad for everybody. Every blood type. No one should be drinking orange juice or eating oranges or tangerines or cuties. I know you've been taught to believe that these things are good for you, but these companies or these corporations only give a damn about you buying their products. They don't give a damn what these products are doing in your body. You went to the dermatologist last week. How come the dermatologist didn't tell you to change your diet? You cannot have great skin if you're eating fucked up food. I mean, it's just that simple. What about tomato? I said that y'all cannot have no tomatoes because it immediately triggers inflammation in your body. I know y'all love some pasta, but you can't have the pasta or the tomato sauce. can't have either one. Everything that you eat shows on your skin. Everything. Everything that you eat shows on your skin. Everybody on the planet can tell what you eat just by looking at your face. That's where it comes from. You are what you eat. Does this look like 55-year-old skin? I don't have no makeup on. This skin is 55. Your gut has everything to do with your skin. No one ever told us how important our gut health was. We're just now finding out how important our gut health was. Every single thing that happens with our body starts in our gut. Everything. The gut is literally the first brain. Your emotions are affected by your gut. Your hormones are affected by your gut, your skin, your energy, your mood, all of it. What do you think rice does? Do you think rice turns into sugar in your body? Y'all are going to have to employ some common sense here. You're going to have to employ some common sense. Common sense says, hey, rice is a carb. So if you are a blood type O, you should not be eating no carbs. I know this is hard, but you're going to have to, this is the conversation you need to have with yourself. Do I want to feel better? Do I want to live a life with no prescription drugs? Do I want to have energy? Do I want to have a great night's sleep? Do I want to have great skin? Do I just want to live pain-free? Y'all just keep talking about how hard something is. You know what's hard? Taking fucking prescription drugs every day that don't work and will never reverse your disease. Exactly. You got to know that you're worth the struggle. It's just food. Y'all act like y'all are addicted to crack. And y'all be the same people judging the crackhead at the gas station. I don't know why they can't get off them drugs. You can't get off potatoes. You can't get off rice, boo-boo. And you worried about the people in your family that's doing meth. There's people in your family right now with scabs all over their face because they do meth. You got scabs all over your face because you do potatoes. So anyway, what's causing leaky gut? Leaky gut is when your intestines become so soft that food particles, y'all need rehab because y'all are addicted. How many y'all literally just said, but it's hard as heck. It's hard. That's what crackheads feel like. It's hard to get off these drugs. Y'all are no different. That's why you should stop judging people. This is a message. Stop judging people because y'all in the same fucking boat. If y'all are on 4 or 5 different prescription drugs, what makes you any better than the crackhead? They're still drugs. I'm gonna tell you what, there's no food on the planet that's worth the pain. I've traveled the world, I've had some fantastic food, but there's no food in the world that was worth what I was going through. Okay, being swollen from head to toe, in pain all day. There's no plate of food that was worth me being in that level of pain. There's no amount of pain that's worth any food that you're gonna eat. It's not. It's just food. Food is supposed to be fuel and medicine. But y'all have turned it into your bestest friend. This is who you turn to when you have emotional problems. This is who you turn to when you need a hug. Y'all have turned food into something that it was never meant to be. And then not only are you eating the wrong foods, you're eating too much of the wrong foods. The body was never meant to process 3 meals a day. Never. It was never designed to eat that amount of food. So not only have you been brainwashed into eating the wrong foods, but you also have been brainwashed into eating too much food. We come from, our ancestors maybe ate once a day. Maybe. If they were lucky enough to find something to kill. And now you're eating according to a clock. We have been trained to eat according to a clock. These are the 4 hours for breakfast, the 4 hours for lunch, and the 4 hours for dinner. What was the purpose of that? To get you to buy 3 sets of food every day. Who wins? The corporations, the doctors, big pharma. While you sitting around in pain, they making money. So, what's triggering leaky gut? Leaky gut is when food particles leak out of your intestines. Okay? That's why I'm here, to help you deprogram. It only takes 3 days. It only takes 3 days to cycle the sugar out of your system. You're not going to feel the same way 3 days from now that you feel today. If you start tomorrow, by Wednesday, you're going to feel like a totally different person. It only takes 3 days to cycle the sugar out of your system. Once you get the sugar out of your system, then you'll start to think differently. Right now, your mind is distorted because it's just on sugar. Hi. Am I lying? Put in the comments, how did you feel in the first 3 days? After your first 3 days of eating according to your blood type, put in the comments. After the first 3 days. Now, I'm not saying the first 3 days are going to be super easy for you, but it's worth it. I had to cold turkey my way off of prescription drugs. You're not going to be hungry, sweetheart. That's the difference. No one's putting you on a diet. We have been brainwashed into believing in diets. No one should be on a diet. No one said to cut calories. Nobody said that. I said to cut out the foods you weren't supposed to be eating. It's not a lifestyle. It is how you should be living. Y'all keep using all these buzzwords. Those buzzwords were made up from campaigns, from advertising agencies. I have a whole marketing degree. Marketing is why you do what you do. Marketing is why you think the way you think. You've been told to think this way. Your body has been telling you what it can and can't digest for years. But because you ignore it, this is why you're sick. 15 to 30 minutes after you eat something, your body tells you whether or not that was the right thing to eat or the wrong thing to eat. Because you're going to trigger inflammation, you're going to get heartburn, you're going to get acid reflux, you're going to get all of these bad side effects. You're going to fall, first thing is you're going to fall asleep. If you eat a plate of food and you fall asleep, that is the first indication that you should never eat that shit again. Because food is supposed to give you energy. It is not supposed to put you to sleep. When you fall asleep after a plate of food, it's because your blood sugar has plummeted so low that now you passed out. And then y'all made a joke out of it and gave it a name. You call it the itis. Like it's funny. It's not funny. You have literally put your own body in a comatose state for a plate of food. So let me put it to you this way. Your body has been with you from day one. It is going to be with you on your last day. The closest friend you have on this planet is your own body. No one should come before your body. Okay? It's just you and your body. I don't care if you married. I don't care if you got kids. I don't care who you think is your bestest day one. This is your day one. This is your day one. This is your day, your last day. And every single day you're willing to throw this thing, your bestest friend, your biggest supporter, under the bus for some food. You're willing to put your body in distress. You're willing to stress it out for some food. So now you've told your body what's important. You've told your body it's not important. That plate of food is important. You've told your body, I don't really give a fuck about you. You've told your body, I don't really have no respect for you. You've told your body, I don't really care whether you live or die. Then you be the first one running to the doctor. So what's causing leaky gut? Tomatoes, corn, dairy, vinegar, coffee, aloe, and barley. These things are making your intestines so weak that food particles start to leak out of them. That sounds painful. So what's messing up your thyroid besides dairy foods, corn, potatoes, rhubarb, and oranges? There are four vegetables that blood type O is never supposed to eat. That is cabbage, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, and mustard greens. Why? Because they create such an unfriendly bacteria in your gut that your own immune system now attacks your thyroid. How many of y'all got thyroid issues? Remind me. Remind me. Hi. How many of y'all got slow and sluggish metabolism? How many of y'all just tired all day? You wake up tired. You wake up and need a nap. You need caffeine just to make it through the day. Okay? What interferes with your metabolic hormones? Wheat, kidney beans, and navy beans. They literally stop your hormones, which run your metabolism. The body has 44 different hormones. Men and women have the same hormones. Okay? There are some hormones that run the metabolism. So when you eat wheat, kidney beans, and navy beans, it stops those hormones from converting food into fuel and energy, and it makes those hormones turn the food into sugar and store it as fat. Wheat. I know you love your Dave's Killer Bread because, you know, all of these influencers tell you that's the best bread to eat. That's the worst bread to eat. No bread is good. No bread is good. Especially Dave's Killer Bread and fucking Ezekiel bread. Ezekiel bread. Jesus. Y'all spending $8 for a loaf of bread and it's killing you. So how do we turn this around for blood type O? First things first, let's deal with that inflammation. Okay? Let's deal with your inflammation. Let's try to reduce that inflammation so that you can naturally bring your blood pressure down without the assistance of these drugs, which aren't helping you anyway. First things first, you should be eating more fish, omega-3 containing fish. Cod, halibut, red snapper, and trout. Okay? Those are some of the fish that benefit you. And no, salmon does not benefit you. So when you get your foods list, don't be shocked by that. Okay? But those fish specifically are super high in omega-3s. And anything that's high in omega-3s that benefits you is going to reduce inflammation. What other things reduce inflammation? Walnuts, hazelnuts, flaxseed oil, parsnips, peas, and pineapple. If you are dealing with inflammation, you should be getting some pineapple or pineapple juice into your body every day. Okay? Because that's going to help reduce your inflammation and help bring your blood pressure down. Now, what does your body's bacteria like to eat? What are its favorite foods? Okay? Onions. Because you've been eating stuff that creates more bad bacteria. When you start eating things that create good bacteria, now you're making friends. Hold on, I gotta verify myself. I said salmon doesn't benefit you. Salmon? Y'all act like there's only one fish in the fucking sea. I'm so sorry that every black food creator on the internet thinks that you should be eating lamb chops and salmon. You found some chicory? Good. Here is what your bacteria likes to eat as a blood type O. Onions, string beans, broccoli, escarole, chicory, Swiss chard, and kale. Okay? Cook your vegetables. Cook your greens. Okay? Because greens love to hide parasites. Okay? Parasites love to hide up in the leaf of green vegetables. Okay? So if you're going to have kale, I suggest not doing kale smoothies and kale salads. Toss that shit around in some oil for a second. Okay? So, what is going to completely change your life if you are a blood type O? What is going to speed up your metabolism? What is going to have you dropping that inflammation and that weight? What is going to give you a fantastic night's sleep? Wake up with energy, elevate your mood, elevate your dopamine and your serotonin? Red meat. It's not just beef, it's red meat. Beef, lamb, veal, venison, mutton, deer, buffalo, all the red meats. Tap the screen and share the live. What's a perfect meal for a blood type O? Some red meat, some broccoli, some onions, and a glass of pineapple juice. And here's the thing, you'll wake up 2 pounds lighter the next day. Eating that food I just said, you'll wake up 2 pounds lighter tomorrow. Shocking, isn't it? You've been told that you're supposed to be vegan and vegetarian. No one is supposed to be vegan or vegetarian. That is just a marketing campaign to sell y'all a bunch of shit that's going to hurt you. Okay? So many people that were vegan before they got this information, when they started eating red meats, their lives completely turned around. Their health completely turned around. Okay? Blood type O is literally the simplest, most straightforward of all of the blood types. It only takes 2 things to make y'all happy and healthy. That is red meat and exercise. That is it. Because both of those things speed up your metabolism. Both of those things raise your dopamine and your serotonin. Red meat literally makes y'all happy physically, which is crazy to me. Because if I were blood type O, that's what makes me want to y'all every day. Because y'all get to eat the #1 meat in the world and get all of those benefits from it. It completely digests in your system if you stop interfering with it. What about cholesterol, ma'am? Y'all don't even know what cholesterol does in your body, do you? You don't even know what it does. Fellas, do you know that it's cholesterol that controls your level of testosterone? Why would your doctor want to lower your cholesterol? So that then your body doesn't make the testosterone it's supposed to make, so that you can come back and buy blue pills from him. Why would he want to do that? How would the doctor benefit from your PP not working correctly? Huh? Our brain is mostly bacteria. The brain feeds on bacteria. That's how you literally feed your brain. And they're giving you drugs to stop your brain from being fed. And then you wonder why you have Alzheimer's and dementia and end up in a nursing home. Statins literally give you dementia. They're selling you drugs that will lower your cholesterol, which lowers your estrogen, messes up your estrogen levels. All of these things are fed by cholesterol. Your liver makes cholesterol. The LDL is what carries the HDL to the brain. So they have labeled the LDL, which is the car, as your bad cholesterol. So you out here trying to battle the car that literally carries the good cholesterol to feed your brain. You've been lied to. Cholesterol does not lead to heart disease. You've been lied to.
Baby girl, when I was sitting in jail, sometimes I used to just reminisce to myself. I look forward to the medicine.
Go look it up. I'm not telling y'all nothing that y'all can go out on the internet and find out. That's why they lose their memory. Exactly. But then when you stop taking the statins, your memory comes back. We are nothing but profit to them. We are nothing but a bunch of sheep that make them rich. Y'all ain't are we ready to eat the rich yet? We not ready to eat the rich yet? Instead of eating potatoes, why don't you just eat the rich? We're being completely fucked by all of them. The number one way that they completely fuck us is misinformation. And y'all willing to be out here fighting people over some misinformation. I know for me, I'm tired of being manipulated. I was tired of being manipulated. That's what made me go down this whole rabbit hole. So anyway, what is going to help repair your thyroid? Doctors be smoking some doctor. I know a doctor, a female doctor who is one of the highest paid female doctors in Atlanta, who just had to have all of her female parts taken out. You battling endometriosis and fibroids and all this shit, had to have a complete hysterectomy at 35. Why would I listen to her? She can't tell me nothing. So plaque buildup is not, what plaque buildup? What is plaque buildup, sweetheart? Tell me what plaque buildup? Where'd the plaque buildup come from, sweetie? What exactly is plaque buildup? I'm going to tell you why you think you have plaque buildup. Why do you think your arteries are clogged up? The most common way that you think your arteries are clogged up is because you're insulin resistant. When you are insulin resistant, it causes your arteries and your veins to constrict. So you, by your food choices, are making your arteries and veins smaller. And then you want to sit up here and say, but I have plaque. You don't. You are choosing to eat foods that make your arteries and veins smaller. So now your blood is trying to travel through these very small arteries and veins. And when that's happening, it's causing pressure on your heart. And that is what sends your blood pressure up. That's what's happening. Thank you. That's what's happening. We've been lied to. What you think you know is a lie. But here's the thing. All you gotta do is try it. You have been doing shit wrong your entire life. Now you have some contrary information. All you have to do is try it for 7 days and watch what happens. Watch at the end of 7 days when your ass feels better than you have in decades. Watch what happens. You done tried every diet on the market. You done been vegan. You done the master cleanse. You done the cabbage soup diet. You done all these things trying to lose some weight. But your health has always been in jeopardy. You just so busy trying to lose some weight, you think that's going to solve your problems. It's not. But if you stop eating the shit that's making you hurt, if you stop eating the shit that's literally maintaining your disease, this is what y'all don't realize. Your disease cannot survive if it has nothing to feed on. So I asked the question, why do you still have the same disease? If you've had a disease for many years, why do you still have it? Because you are still eating the food that created the disease. You've lost your stomach already? You're still eating the food that created the disease. How come your doctor didn't tell you to stop eating that food? Your doctor just gave you some drugs, but he allowed you to continue to eat the food. Why? Because as long as you continue to eat the food, he can continue to sell you those drugs. Because as long as you continue to eat that food, you'll maintain that disease that he can sell you the drugs for. If you're under a doctor's care, you have a drug manager. You have somebody that is literally managing your drug use. That's the difference between Pookie on the corner and the doctor that wears the white coat. He's managing your drug usage. Whereas Pookie on the corner is not going to be your keeper. Either you want these drugs or you don't. Brandy is eating according to her blood type. Again, all y'all give a fuck about is having a flat stomach. As if it has anything to do with your diabetes. As if it has anything to do with your sarcoidosis. As if it has anything to do with your high blood pressure. As long as y'all have a flat stomach and a whittled waist, that's all y'all really give a fuck about. Your insides are suffering. Your body is screaming, bitch, pay some attention to me besides my waist and my ass. Because y'all have been brainwashed into believing that as long as you are thin, you are healthy. And that is a complete lie. Because my mother was 118 pounds her entire life and died at 41 from a stroke. My brother was thin his entire life and died from a stroke at 28. And here I sit at 55. So, what is going to help your thyroid? Turmeric and sea vegetables. Sea vegetables is wakame, nori, seaweed, kombu, bladderwrack, kelp, sea moss. Okay? Those things help your body to create more iodine, and iodine protects your thyroid. And what is going to repair your leaky gut? Chicory, onions, peas, prunes, maitake mushrooms, beet greens, collard greens, and fava beans. If you are blood type O, click the link on my bio to get your foods list. Download it into your phone. Start tomorrow eating only the beneficial foods. By this Sunday coming, you are going to feel like a different human being. I guarantee it. Where's blood type A? Where's blood type A? Let's go. Come on, blood type A. You can't find Maitake mushrooms? You can get a Maitake mushroom supplement. My mushroom boost has Maitake mushrooms in it. But the Asian market always has Maitake mushrooms. And a lot of times Maitake mushrooms will be dried. So blood type A, you are literally the complete opposite of blood type O. Tap the screen and share the live. Tap the screen and share the live. Okay? If you are blood type A, I want you to put your ailments in the comment. Put your ailments in the comments. Because blood type A, y'all have the weakest immune system, so y'all always sick with something. Carry me higher, as a blood type A, here are the things that you deal with just being a blood type A. Ineffective animal protein breakdown. That simply means you do not have enough stomach acid to break down animal proteins in your body. I have a lot of products. Could you suggest? What's your blood type? When you go to CE Organics, that website is broken down by blood type. So when you go to the search bar, you can just type in blood type O, and all of the products for blood type O will come up. Okay? If you have any ailments, only you will know what ailments you have, right? But the most common thing for blood type O would be to up your beef intake. If you're not a person that likes to eat a lot of red meat, then go get a beef supplement. I have the beef supplement, and then I have beef liver supplement. Okay? Also, sea moss. Sea moss, again, will create more iodine in your body to protect your thyroid. What's another good product for blood type O? Oh, we're out of Ultra Beats. But tomorrow I'll have Ultra Beats on the Selfish Supplement site. We're out of Ultra Beats, but that's another one that I would suggest for them. Also, Chill. I suggest Chill for everybody. Chill is the sea moss. Okay? Chill is our anxiety and stress capsule. Everybody needs to be on Chill. Okay? We have 2 different cleanses on the site. We have the Ultra Cleanse and the regular cleanse. So if you have a stubborn system, get the Ultra Cleanse. Sharp is for your mental focus and sharpness. I take that every single day. We have beef supplements, yes. If you don't get a lot, yeah, it's still, no, because right now it's 20% off of your total order. So every product is 20% off. So the 3 for $99 is not there. You actually work out better getting the 20% off. Okay? That will last until the end of July, and then it will go back to regular prices. It will go back to the 3 for $99. But to celebrate the launch of, Jesus Christ. Here are some of our new products from our new line. Yeah, the code is July 20. So when you check out, it says it at the top, July 20. Okay? So this is our chocolate collagen. This is our reishi mushroom. This is our bee pearl caps. Y'all need to go and start researching the benefits of bee prop powder and bee pearl. Fantastic. I told you that's how I got over COVID really quickly, was that honey. Doggy ear wipes. So we have the ear wipes and the eye wipes. Here are cordyceps mushrooms. And then lion's mane. And then here is our super shed. Remember how the shed is our energy capsule? This is next level. This is our mushroom gummy. So 10 different mushrooms are in this one gummy. Then we have the birch chaga. I tried this today. I feel fantastic. These are truffles. So it tastes like it's made with dates. Fantastic. And then we also have ginseng and ginkgo biloba in one capsule. Chaga. Okay. Moringa. I was taking this all the time when I lived in Nigeria. This is our facial stuff. So we have hyaluronic acid, which will clear up your skin. I freaking love it. I use hyaluronic acid in my Neutrogena wipes, and then I use it at night before I go to bed. This is our mushroom syrup. This will lighten any dark spots that you have on your face from like acne scarring or hyperpigmentation. This works without the Kojak stuff, which is a little harsh for people's skin. Okay. And then this is our anti-aging moisturizer as well. Then what else we got in here? We got our tallow cream. I have one of these next to my bed. Beef tallow is the new hot thing, okay? Because the moisturizer that's in our skin naturally is tallow. So now the new hot thing is getting the tallow from the beef, because it instantly gets absorbed into your skin. And the one that I have next to my bed is a nighttime tallow. So it has lavender and lemongrass in it, and it relaxes you, and it works. So this is just some of the stuff that I got for myself. But you can go to Selfish Supplements. The link is on my page as well, and check them out. I think we have 45 products from the Selfish Supplements line, but we have 67 from CE Organics. And y'all know I swear by those. Okay? He's back over here. Ugh. All right. So go check out the website. It's interesting reading. You'll see all of the benefits of all of the products. Thank you. Hi, you're missing out? No, you're not. I mean, we ain't going nowhere. But this week, we should be launching our CBD line. So, y'all know I'm a former alcoholic. CBD works really well for me. Weed does not work well for me. So if you're a person that is dealing with pain, anxiety, skin issues, your dog has anxiety, if you have any type of female pain from PCOS and endometriosis and that sort of thing, this is something I forgot to mention to you guys. But we have a CBD suppository. I'll let you go ahead and deal with that shock. We have a CBD suppository that gets into your bloodstream in 10 minutes. So if you're dealing with menstrual cramps and endometriosis pain and those sort of things, exactly, to go in the hoo-ha. If you can use a tampon, you can use a suppository. The tampons that are filled with lead. Say what now? Oh, and then we have a CBD intimacy oil. That's going to come in handy when we have our new sexy toy line coming out. I have thought of everything. I have thought of everything. I want y'all, when y'all think of me, I want y'all to think of total body healing and enjoyment. That's what I want you to think about. You ain't got to leave your house. So hold on. Let's get into blood type A. We got stuff for you too, Big Al. Big Al, Big Al. We gonna have stuff for you too. I don't just focus on the females. I make sure everybody's taken care of. Okay? So hold on now. Let's get back into the foods list. So thank you. I just want everybody to be healthy. I just want everybody to feel as good as I feel. Okay? I just want everybody to feel as good as I feel. That's it. So, blood type A, here is what is at the root of your problems. At the root of most of your problems as a blood type A is the fact that you are protein malnourished. Tap the screen and share the live. Being protein malnourished causes a lot of problems in your body, especially as you age. The body requires more protein as we age, not less. Okay? So if you, as a blood type A, don't have enough stomach acid to break down animal protein, that means you're not getting any of the minerals and nutrients from those proteins. Not only that, when those foods are in your stomach and they can't be broken down, it causes that food to putrefy, which creates all these problems in your body. Because now you're putting food in your body that your body has no way of shitting out. That's first and foremost. Doing great, girl. How you doing? That's first and foremost. Okay? But here are the things that you are predisposed to as a blood type A. Diabetes, heart disease, and certain cancers. Okay? So, what you deal with is ineffective animal protein breakdown, poor metabolism of saturated fats, adrenal hormone stress imbalance, tendencies towards higher blood and cell viscosity, meaning y'all have naturally thicker blood. What if I have too much stomach acid? It's not possible. The only reason that you would think you have too much stomach acid is because you have acid reflux. Acid reflux has nothing to do with your level of acid. Acid reflux has to do with you not having enough acid to break down the foods you just put in your stomach. For some reason, y'all think that because you have acid reflux, it comes from you having more acid. It doesn't. It means you have put something in your body that your body cannot digest, and all of this acid is now trying to go to that one thing to try to break it down and get it out of your body as quickly as possible. You're causing your acid reflux. I'm taking a pill for the rest of my life. I don't know why, you're just being misled. You're being lied to. I hope you're not taking like Prevacid or some shit like that. If so, your life is going to be very short. So, and then you also have bad bacterial overgrowth as a blood type A. So not only do you have bad bacteria, but you have an overgrowth of it. So let's talk about the foods that are at the root of your problems. The number one thing is red meat. You cannot digest red meat. Sean, do you eat meat? Perfect example. If you're taking a pill for the rest of your life, it's because you're probably eating meat or foods that are high in saturated fats. You should not be taking that. Why do you need to take a pill for something that you're doing every day? You're doing it. Just like high blood pressure. You're continuing to eat the foods that raise your blood pressure, and then you try to take a pill to maintain your a healthy blood pressure level. That makes no sense. That makes no sense. You're doing it, which means you can stop doing it. Y'all act like y'all are incapable of stop putting shit in your mouth. It's giving 2-year-old. It's giving, let me child-proof the fucking kitchen. Anywho, the number one thing that is a problem for blood type A is red meat. Your body cannot digest red meat at all. Now let me tell you a little story about blood type A. Because you are protein malnourished, it sets off a bunch of problems in your body. Firstly, blood type A has more cortisol in your bloodstream than all the rest of the blood types. Cortisol is your stress hormone. So y'all have more of a stress hormone flowing through your blood all day, every day. If you're a blood type A, how stressed are you right now? Y'all stay in a constant state of stress. That stress then leads to your cortisol being too high, because your being protein malnourished makes your cortisol high. Why are you more stressed? Because you're not feeding your body protein-rich food that it can fucking digest and extract the minerals from. You're causing the stress. Secondly, when your cortisol is high, it also makes your blood sugar high. So y'all could literally become diabetic from stress. Y'all can literally become diabetic from stress. The number one way to stress your body out is to put food in it that it can't digest. Tap the screen and share the live. Tap the screen. I want y'all to put in the comments, what did y'all eat today? Everybody here, put in the comments, what did you eat today? What did you have for dinner? What'd you have for dinner today? Look at y'all on the soy curls. I love it. Chicken salad, lamb chops, and greens. Jordy has a big old Restaurant Depot lamb in the refrigerator right now, defrosted. Steak and cheese. Sandwich? Chicken, yellow rice, and ooh, barbecue chicken. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, Brandy. What happened, boo-boo? What is it? Thank you, Fats. Thank you, good boy. You're a good boy. Your mommy's good boy. Yes, you are. Your mommy's good boy. Thank you so much. Thank you for protecting us. Yeah. I think something woke him up out of his sleep. Now he's all cranky. Okay. Thank you, Fats. Fats cussed me out yesterday. I don't know where he learned these new words, but when he saw me getting dressed for the concert yesterday, he was literally on my bed and he started howling at me. Howling like a husky. You know how huskies be like, oh, oh, oh. That was Fats yesterday. I said, I don't know where you got all this from. I don't know who you've been hanging out with, but you're going to stop talking to me like that. Word for word. Just, yes, I'm talking about you cussing me out yesterday. I don't know what that was all about. I know. I was telling him about you cussing me out yesterday. Who did you learn that from? Who did you learn it from, Fats? He always has to have the last word. I don't like that. Why does he have to have the last word? Everybody in this house think that they deserve the last word, and they don't. So anywho, when your cortisol and your insulin are high, this is what happens. Listen to this. This is crazy. When your cortisol and your insulin hormones are high, your body needs more minerals to bring those two hormones back into balance. When you're not feeding your body food it can digest and extract those minerals from, then your body is forced to suck minerals out of your teeth and your bones. So now you're walking around with bone demineralization, meaning you are making your bones and your teeth weak. Your teeth are an extension of your bones, okay? So when your body is eating away at your skeleton, it is literally to survive. You have put your body in a position that it now has to feed off of you, because you won't feed it the proper foods. So now you have osteoporosis, osteopenia, gum disease, osteoporosis, weak teeth. So how many of y'all have had to have hip replacement, knee replacement, elbow replacement, shoulder replacement, big toe replacement? Your teeth are falling out. You got bridge, and you got a bridge in your mouth. That's why. Blood type A has more hip replacements and replacement surgeries than all the other blood types. And blood type A makes up 42% of the US population. Hi, we're on blood type A. So here are the other foods you cannot eat. Red meats, beef, lamb, veal, all the red meats. Pork, organ meats, crustaceans, lobster, and crab. You can't have lobster or crab because it's high in saturated fat. You can't have no shellfish. Shellfish is shrimp, oysters, crawfish, clams, oysters. Why? Because they're high in saturated fats. Your body cannot digest it. Tropical oils, that's avocado oil, palm kernel oil, coconut oil. Y'all can't have it. Why? It's high in saturated fat and your body can't digest it. Industrial oils, corn oil, safflower oil, grapeseed oil, sunflower oil. Y'all can't have that because your body can't break it down. And then dairy foods. Y'all can't have dairy foods either. 86%, which is blood type O and blood type A, can never have dairy. Never. It is extremely dangerous. What can A's have from the new line of supplements? I'd have to think about that for a second. I mean, the new site doesn't have, most of the stuff on there is for all blood types. You can have all the mushrooms. And that's what the base of the new supplements line is, are the mushroom products. Because y'all know I'm a mushroom product fanatic. Mushrooms, medicinal mushrooms saved my life. So all of the mushroom products, okay? I personally love the fermented mushroom powder that we have, because it has all 10 of the mushrooms in that one powder. Okay, so all you need is 1 scoop per day. It is powerful. Okay, that's what I would suggest. And one thing y'all need to know about medicinal mushrooms is they're adaptogens. So whatever is going on in your body, it adapts to it and helps to repair it. Okay? So it don't matter what y'all dealing with. Female issues, inflammation, diabetes, sarcoidosis, asthma, mushrooms, baby. And this is why these doctors don't want y'all to know that. So let's talk about your thick blood. Blood type A has naturally thicker blood because you have higher levels of blood clotting factor 8. We all have this factor to our blood that helps our blood to clot in case we got into an accident, okay? But blood type A has more blood clotting factor 8 in their blood than all the other types. So this makes You guys having heart disease, very common. Okay? You're predisposed to heart disease. And one thing y'all need to know is heart disease is the #1 killer in America. And black women have more heart disease than everybody. But there are foods that make your blood even thicker than what it already is. Okay? The #1 food is vinegar. Vinegar makes your blood thick. And for some reason, people think that vinegar thins out your blood or helps to lower your blood pressure and this, that, and the other. Because what blood type A needs to be concerned about is the fact that you have this thick blood, then you're becoming insulin resistant. How many of you blood type A's have high blood pressure? How many of y'all have high blood pressure? When you have high blood pressure and it's coming from insulin resistance, it causes your arteries and your veins to constrict. So now you got these small veins and this thick blood trying to travel through them. This is why y'all have blood clots, pulmonary embolisms, and DVTs. Because you got thick blood, smaller than normal red blood, smaller than normal arteries and veins, but larger than normal red blood cells and thicker blood. That's just a heart attack waiting to happen. So you're eating foods that are making your blood even thicker, and then you're eating foods that are making your arteries and your veins small. Here are the foods that are making your arteries and these are the foods that are making your blood thicker and your red blood cells larger. Vinegar, anything that has vinegar. All of your condiments in your house has vinegar in it. Then y'all are taking apple cider vinegar shots. Okay? Every condiment, mayo, ketchup, mustard, barbecue sauce, hot sauce, salad dressings, all that's vinegar. Then you're washing your fruits and vegetables with vinegar. What else makes your blood thick? Oranges. Oranges and orange juice. Tangerines, cuties, all of those are oranges. Oranges. How would you like to know that you got blood clots because you drink orange juice every day? What else makes your blood thick? Dairy foods. Dairy food makes your blood thicker. What else? Distilled liquor. Liquor makes your blood thicker because most of the liquor is made from corn. Either corn or potatoes. And blood type A can't never have potatoes. And y'all out here drinking vodka. Most of the vodka is made from potatoes. Most of the vodka is made from potatoes. Your Tito's, your Absolute, potatoes. So, what else makes your blood thick? Guar gum. Guar gum is in your almond milk. Your almond milk is making your blood thick. Your almond milk could be causing blood clots and DVTs. So what is causing you to have an overgrowth of bad bacteria in your gut? When you have bad bacteria, it leads to endometriosis. You can't have coconut. Yeah, guar gum is in all of these things. Guar gum is in all of these fake milks. All of that. Anywho, when you have bad bacteria in your gut, it leads to endometriosis, alopecia, all of your urinary tract infections, yeast infections, all them infections. Now remember, what makes this so dangerous is the fact that blood type A has the weakest immune system. This is also why y'all create more mucus. How many of y'all have what you consider to be a high amount of mucus? Mucus is your problem. You out here trying to rid your body of mucus because somebody told you that that's the beginning of all disease and bop bop whoop whoop whoop. Lies. Lies. The reason that your mucus is high is because mucus protects the immune system. and you have a naturally weaker immune system. Mucus is in every part of your body, sweetheart. You would not be able to blink your eyelids if you did not have mucus. Your food would not digest if you did not have mucus in your intestines. There is no way to rid your body of mucus. It would die. Why y'all think I have a box of Kleenex on my desk every day? I'm a blood type AB. Because I have a weaker immune system, I create more mucus. So what? The mucus is there to do a job. It is to protect me. So you're trying to get rid of something that is there to protect your body because somebody is trying to sell you some loose herbs. Stop it. So, because you have a weaker immune system, you end up with a bunch of infections, urinary tract, yeast, candida, E. coli, H. pylori, all of those things. But also endometriosis, alopecia, your thyroid problems, COPD, all of that comes from bad bacteria in your gut. What creates bad bacteria in blood type A's? Potatoes. All potatoes. All of them. I don't care what color they are. I don't care what you call them in your country. I don't care if you bake them or fry them or mash them. Y'all can't have no potatoes. Ever. What about collagen peptides? I don't understand. What does that have to do with potatoes? Stubborn belly fat, if you're blood type A, is cortisol, sweetheart. You're stressing out. Your stress is leading to your bigger stomach. Cortisol settles in your midsection. So when you're stressed out, you're causing your body to release more cortisol and it settles in your midsection. What else is causing you to have bad bacteria in your gut? Ground black pepper, navy beans, kidney beans, lima beans, oranges, and whey protein. You cannot have whey protein shakes because you cannot have dairy. Whey is dairy. Okay? So how do we turn this around for blood type A? First things first, we gotta make intelligent protein choices because your body is so desperate for protein. You just upping your protein intake will solve a lot of your problems. Okay? First things first. The main thing that benefits blood type A is soy. Tofu, tempeh, soy curls, texturized vegetable protein, bean curd. Oh my God. But soy raises estrogen. It does not raise estrogen in blood type A or AB. It raises estrogen in blood type O and B. Okay? Soy, tofu, those things are all the beef for blood type A. It is a complete protein. It is perfection. Okay? I don't care if you're a man, woman, especially if you're dealing with female issues as a woman, you need to be eating some tofu every day as a blood type A, every day. Okay? What else? Y'all benefit from 25 different fish. 3 different types of salmon. Salmon is not for blood type O, salmon is for blood type A. Okay? Snapper, snails. Y'all may not, if y'all know what conch is a snail. Okay? If you've ever heard of escargot, that is snail. Snail is highly beneficial. Snails literally kill cancer in the body. I know y'all may not be ready for that. That's some advanced shit. But Walmart sells escargot in a can. So anyway, there are acceptable legumes, beans, and nuts. And when you get your list, you'll see the beans and legumes and nuts that benefit you. Okay? You also benefit from sardines too. What is going to thin out your blood and get it flowing through your arteries and veins the way it's supposed to, and bring your red blood cells back down to their normal size? Lemons, water. Just upping your water intake will thin out your blood. Y'all are not drinking enough water. Okay? Start your day with lemon water as a blood type A and AB. Lemon water first thing. Okay? Because that's going to break up all of that mucus that accumulated overnight and help your body to flush it right on out. Okay? Also, pineapple, blueberries, blackberries, green tea. I drink a pot of green tea every day. Green tea thins out your blood. Okay? Green, not black. And here are the acceptable oils for blood type A. Olive oil, flaxseed oil, and walnut oil. Walnut oil is my favorite oil because it's anti-inflammatory and it makes your tofu and stuff taste so good. If you do not know about tofu, I have a 10-minute tofu tutorial on my page. It is pinned at the top. It will explain all the tofu to you so you'll know how to cook it and you'll know the different textures and the techniques. Okay? What is going to feed and make your bacteria in your body super happy as a blood type A? Escarole, dandelion, chard, rapini, which is broccoli rabe, fava beans, prunes, and silver dollar mushrooms. Silver dollar mushrooms are just those white button mushrooms at the grocery. Okay? So that's it for blood type A. This is not the full foods list. This is just what ailments are common to you, what foods are triggering those ailments, and what foods can reverse them. So click the link on my bio and get your full foods list. Only eat the beneficial foods and watch how your body changes over the next 7 days. Where's blood type B? Let's go. Blood type B, you're up. Where you at? Blood type B. Here's what you deal with as a blood type B. Number one thing is lectin sensitivity. Lectins are little proteins in all whole foods. What's up, Tanya? I owe you a phone call. What's up? What's up, T? Lectins are just little proteins in all whole foods, okay? When our blood comes in contact with lectins, a chemical reaction occurs. That chemical reaction can either be positive or negative. If it is negative, it's going to trigger inflammation. It's going to create a higher level of mucus, okay? It's going to cause problems. And if you continue to eat those foods that are triggering those things in your body, it's going to eventually turn into disease, okay? So the symptoms of lectin sensitivity are this, and if you have any of these symptoms, put it in the comments. Swollen and painful joints, inflammation, skin problems, gut issues, hormonal fluctuations, neurological problems. All of that comes from lectin sensitivity, okay? Also, blood type B will suffer liver dysfunction depending on the foods that you're eating. The liver is extremely important. It is the largest detox organ on the body. Okay, but there are foods that will cause your liver to act up. And when your liver is not working properly, it doesn't cycle out estrogen. So your estrogen could be high because your liver is not functioning properly. Another thing that is very common to blood type B is hyperassimilator tendencies. When you are a hyperassimilator, it means you have a higher level of a particular bacteria called alpha glucosidase. Alpha glucosidase is a bacteria that breaks down digestive resistant starches, turns them into sugar, and stores them as fat in your body, which is at the root of diabetes for a lot of blood type Bs. Okay? Blood type B has the highest population of diabetics in the world. And then another thing is your unbalanced gut. Okay? So the foods that are at the root of your problem as a blood type B, the number one thing is chicken. Blood type B can never eat chicken. Blood type AB can never eat chicken. No blood type should ever eat chicken, and I'll tell you why. In a blood type B and AB, the lectin that is in chicken attacks our bloodstream, causing our red blood cells to clump together, creating blood clots, pulmonary embolisms, autoimmune diseases, and stroke. Chicken will literally kill you if you are a blood type B and AB. It will kill you. Okay? Chicken does not benefit any blood type, not one. Okay? And the reason that today's chicken is so dangerous is because the chickens have been genetically modified to have higher levels of estrogen. It is estrogen that feeds autoimmune diseases. If you have an autoimmune disease, put it in the comments. What autoimmune disease do you have? I had sarcoidosis for 6.5 years. But sarcoidosis is not an autoimmune disease, it's an inflammatory disease. Sarcoidosis is an inflammatory disease. Okay? When you are dealing with an autoimmune disease, it is because your estrogen is too high. That's what triggered it, and that's why it's still in your body. Because you have not stopped eating the things that raise your estrogen. Your autoimmune disease cannot survive in your body if it does not have any estrogen to feed on. This is why most people's autoimmune diseases will just fade away post-menopause. And 80% of the people that have autoimmune diseases are women. And if you have lupus, rheumatoid arthritis, or MS, it's 90% women. 90% of the people, and it's 50 million Americans that has an autoimmune disease, 90% are women. Another thing that goes into women having autoimmune diseases more than everybody else is because women put themselves last. We're so busy taking care of everybody else. We're so busy trying to be polite. We're so busy trying to not cuss nobody out. We're so busy taking everybody else's feelings and shit into consideration that turns internally on itself. So literally, you're making yourself sick. I be damned, I will cuss you up one side and down the other before I internalize any of that shit. I will cuss you up one side and down the other, out the front door, out the back door, before I internalize any of that shit. My mama stroked out because my mother had two speeds. She either ain't gonna say nothing or she gonna put her hands on you. She didn't do too much talking. If my mother got quiet, just know she about to put her hands on you. And she was little and fast, very fast. But if she didn't put her hands on you, she was gonna sit around and stew about it. I will do both. I will cuss you out and lay hands. Jordy had to stop me last night when we was at the show because we had these people in front of us that were just annoying. Annoying. Now, I have a very high tolerance for the LGBTQIA whatever community, but that shit yesterday was over the top. So I was about to say something, and Jordy was like, I'm not fighting today. And I was like, That was another reason why we were annoyed. Because why are you standing when you should be sitting? I mean, you are just standing and you got a fan. You had a fan that said gay AF on it as if you needed to advertise it. It was already very apparent. You didn't need to tell us nothing. You just flapping it and just like you auditioning for a fucking video. Like, I know that you are here to have a good time. And I asked Jordy, I said, when did people stop being considerate? Like, when do you just don't? And Jordy said it was when everybody started telling everybody to be their authentic selves. And I agree. There is a way for you to be your authentic self without you having to be burdensome to the people around you. Why do you not take? You got people sitting right behind you and your ass is in their face. I literally had to change seats with Jordy. Jordy's like, just move over here. Cause I was gonna snatch his ass up. Yeah, I'm not going back and forth with you. We're not arguing. I'm gonna say what I need to say, you say what you need to say, I say what I need to say, and then if you keep talking, we're not talking no more. We're beyond that now. But I think there's a level of consideration that people should just naturally have for other people. You're not the only person in the room. Have a good time, but damn, everybody else paid. We paid $600 for them tickets. We want to have a good time too. So anyway, thank you for letting me get that out of my system. Anywho, today's chicken. It's just, I don't understand it. I don't get it. I want you to have a good time. I want you to be your authentic self, but extend that grace to everyone else. Everybody should be able to be their authentic selves, but is this you at home? Is that you at home? I don't think that's you at home. So anyway, chicken is at the root of a lot of people's problems in this country. Okay? Let me just tell you why. When your estrogen is high, it triggers a lot of ailments in the body. Okay? So, if you are dealing with diabetes as a man, let me just give you an example. If your estrogen is high as a man, it triggers type 2 diabetes and prostate cancer. Because your estrogen levels are not supposed to be high. Women's estrogen levels are supposed to be what they're supposed to be. But as a man, when your estrogen is high, it makes your testosterone low. Okay? As a man, your testosterone is supposed to be high and your estrogen is supposed to be low. There are a lot of people that didn't even know men had estrogen. You do. We have the same hormones as humans. But what is so diabolical about chicken is chicken has the same sex hormones that humans have. So chickens have estrogen. They have testosterone. They have all the same sex hormones that we have. So when they were genetically modified, it is because estrogen is a growth hormone. So when the chickens are born, and this is why they don't inject chickens anymore. They've genetically modified them so they're born with higher levels of estrogen. So the chickens that you guys are getting from the grocery store are 5-week-old chickens. It used to take 112 days for a chicken to grow to 2.5 pounds. when they genetically modified them. Now it only takes 5 weeks for a chicken to grow to 6.5 pounds. So all the chickens that y'all see at the Costco and at the Walmart and at the Sam's Club and that rotisserie thing, them big ass chickens, those are 5-week-old chickens, baby. So they're still chicks. You're eating chicks. And not only are you eating chicks, you're filling your body with estrogen. What else raises your estrogen? Chicken, oats, liquor, soy if you're blood type B and O, stress. And if your liver is not functioning properly, because it is your liver that cycles out high levels of estrogen. What other things are triggering lectin sensitivity in your body? The swollen and painful joints and the gut issues and the hormonal fluctuations. Corn, wheat, buckwheat, amaranth, sesame, soy, and rye. This is why you're having most of the problems in your body. What is messing up your liver function as a blood type B? Lentils, black beans, black-eyed peas, mung beans, artichokes, and aloe. Y'all are not the bean people at all. You're not the bean or the nut people. Okay? Let's talk about this bacteria called alpha glucosidase. Okay? Alpha glucosidase is a bacteria that breaks down starches, turns those starches into sugar, and stores them as fat in your body. These are the things that could be why you're diabetic. If you're diabetic, put it in the comments. Then you go to the doctor, and the doctor runs a bunch of tests on you, and then they come back and say, oh, you're pre-diabetic or you're diabetic. Then they start prescribing drugs to you, and those drugs are classified as ACE inhibitors. ACE inhibitors are to inhibit alpha glucosidase. The doctor is giving you a drug to inhibit this particular bacteria in your gut, when really all you need to do is stop eating the food that increases the alpha glucosidase bacteria in your gut. The foods that do that increases it is peanuts, tomatoes, soy, cashews, corn, cornstarch, black pepper, poppy seeds, pinto beans, maltodextrin, and rhubarb. Most of your seasonings in your house have maltodextrin in it. Go look. Okay? Blood type B cannot have no tomatoes. You cannot have no soy. And y'all are eating soy because soy is hidden in just about everything. If you're eating at Chick-fil-A or Popeyes, you're eating soy. I'm reading your foods list. What is unbalancing your gut? Sorghum, peanuts, sucrose, dextrose, carrageenan, distilled liquor, and gum arabic, which is acacia. All of these foods that I'm reading you are the foods that are on your foods list on the avoid section. Okay? How do we turn this around? As a blood type B, what do you need to eat? Okay? To block lectin sensitivity, which is all of those symptoms with the inflammation and all of that, cultured dairy products. Blood type B and blood type AB are the only blood types that benefit from certain cultured dairy products. Most of the dairy products that you'll find at the grocery store is trash. 95% of it. Okay? All them yellow and orange cheeses and all that, fake cheese. Okay? Cultured dairy products act like prebiotics and probiotics in your gut. So, cultured dairy products would be sour cream, Greek yogurt, ricotta cheese, kefir, cottage cheese, mozzarella cheese, farmer's cheese, feta cheese, and paneer. Okay? Cultured dairy. There's a big difference between pasteurized and cultured dairy foods. Okay? What is the protein that benefits blood type B? Okay? Blood type B is the other red meat eating blood type. Okay? So lamb, venison, deer, mutton, goat, rabbit, all the other red meats except beef. Okay? That is going to speed up your metabolism, raise your dopamine and your serotonin, get rid of all of that inflammation in your body. My son lost 60 pounds in the first 6 months. Just eliminating the foods he wasn't supposed to eat and starting to eat the foods he was supposed to eat. No diet products, no detox tea, no nothing. Body just completely transformed. Hair started just growing like weeds. Okay? What is going to improve your liver function? Mustard greens, beet greens, green tea, licorice root tea, parsnips, curry powder, ginger root. Y'all can literally change your lives with curry goat and curry lamb. Listen, I know everybody loves lamb. I think lamb chops are highly overrated. So get into the lamb roast because it'll go a lot farther than lamb chops. Okay? So what is going to bring down that level of alpha glucosidase bacteria in your gut? Mushrooms, silver dollar, enoki, and maitake. Whey protein shakes, blueberries, Brussels sprouts, blackberries, and grapes. Okay? And what does your bacteria like to be fed? Brewer's yeast, molasses, and cabbage. Get into kimchi as a blood type B. Okay? So this is not the full foods list. This is just what ailments are you prone to, what foods are triggering those ailments, and what foods can reverse them. So go and get your full foods list. I guarantee you in the first 7 days you're going to lose 7 to 10 pounds just by eating only beneficial foods. Okay? So where is blood type AB? This is the last blood type for the day. Where's blood type AB? So what blood type AB deals with is pretty much the same as the stuff that A's and B's deal with. Because blood type AB, we are a hybrid of A and B. So we have both of those antigens on our red blood cells. So what we deal with is bad bacterial overgrowth like blood type A, lectin sensitivities like blood type B, and something that is very specific to just us is stress and cell signaling issues. Okay? Our cells carry messages throughout the body. Like our cells will tell our brain release more insulin into our body. Okay? There are foods that will throw that cell signaling off. So what is at the root of our problems? Number one thing again, chicken. Chicken is deadly to us, and it doesn't matter if that chicken is organic or ghetto. It doesn't matter if you raise that chicken yourself and he's got his own bedroom at your house, or if he grew up in the mean streets of Chicago. It's chicken. Chicken is the problem. Okay? When you eat chicken as a blood type B and AB, the lectin in the chicken attacks our bloodstream, causing our red blood cells to clump together, creating blood clots, pulmonary embolisms, autoimmune diseases, and stroke. What about turkey? As a blood type AB, we benefit from turkey, but we're the only blood type that does. This is why turkey doesn't make us sleepy. But you gotta understand that today's turkey and today's chicken is high in estrogen. The reason that the chicken has so much estrogen is because they need to grow these chickens fast to meet the demand of the market. Okay? Turkeys are not as much in demand as chicken is, but the levels of estrogen in turkeys today are higher. If y'all go and look at Jenny O, here's a perfect example. When you go and look at Jenny O turkey wings or turkey parts, you will see, and if you go and look at the turkey wings at, say, Sprouts, okay? The turkey wings at Sprouts are literally half the size they are at Jenny O. The Jenny O turkeys have higher levels of estrogen. And the Sprouts ones that come from local farms do not. Just go look at the Jenny O stuff. And another thing, this is why I don't buy Jenny O turkey, is because it is super tough. Like the skin of a Jenny O turkey wing is super tough to bite through. It is so thick. Just go see. Just go look next time you go to the grocery store. The only place I get my turkey wings from is Sprouts. That is it. So, what else gives us lectin sensitivity besides chicken? Corn. Nobody should be eating corn or anything that has corn. And remember, corn is high fructose corn syrup, regular corn syrup, corn starch, corn oil, and distilled white vinegar. Distilled white vinegar is in every condiment in your house. Ketchup, mustard, barbecue sauce, mayonnaise, salad dressing, hot sauce. That's corn. Corn stops insulin production in your body. What else? Haddock, flounder, kidney beans, mung beans, chickpeas. Chickpeas stops insulin production in your body, just like corn. Nobody should be eating no damn chickpeas. Sesame, sunflower seeds, lima beans, black beans, fava beans, black-eyed peas, and buckwheat. Just like blood type B, we're not the bean people at all. And when I tried to go vegan, I was eating all of that and gained 10 pounds of painful inflammation in just 2 weeks. Because I didn't know I wasn't supposed to be eating them beans and chickpeas and shit. So what is giving us bad bacterial overgrowth as a blood type AB? Oranges, camembert cheese, bananas, distilled liquor, dextrose, sucrose, fructose, guar gum, guava, mangoes, carrageenan, cornstarch, sago, adzuki beans, radishes, rhubarb, sorghum, and Jerusalem artichokes. What is the protein for blood type AB? Turkey, salmon, cod, eggs, tuna, sardines, grouper, tofu, and tempeh. I do not eat eggs. If you're going to eat eggs, nobody should be eating chicken. I don't give a shit how you cook it. What makes y'all think that the chicken changes because you cooked it a different way? What makes you think that the chicken has changed because you cooked it a different way? If you are going to eat eggs, you need to understand that there is a rating system for eggs. There is a grade AA, there is a grade A, and then there's a grade B. AA is the best. So if you're going to eat eggs, you need to eat the best eggs. Okay? So salmon, sardines, grouper, tofu, and tempeh. So just like blood type A, we also benefit from tofu. Okay? It came from your family farm. Doesn't matter where your chick grew up at. You can raise that chicken in the church. Still chicken. So what y'all don't seem to understand is this. It does not matter where you grew this chicken. Okay? Blood type B and blood type AB, the lectin that is in chicken, it doesn't matter if it grew up on the family farm or if it grew up in a factory. We can never eat it because there is a lectin in all chickens. From the dawn of time, blood type B and blood type AB have never been able to ever consume chicken. Chicken is not beneficial to not one blood type. If chicken was so fabulous, how come it doesn't benefit anybody? There's no such thing as African chicken, ma'am. Chicken was imported to Africa. Chicken is not indigenous to Africa, sweetheart. I lived in Nigeria for 2 years. Chicken is indigenous to the jungles of Japan. That's where chickens originated. It is a jungle fowl. What about African chicken? Y'all think the nationality of the chicken makes it different? The fuck out of here. Well, the chicken has a green passport. Ask yourselves why y'all have 5 or 6 different chicken restaurants in your neighborhood. Ask yourself why your little girls start their periods at 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. And by the time your little girl starts her period at 7, by the time she's 14, she's got PCOS, and the doctor is going to put her on some sort of birth control. And by the time she's 21, she's going to end up with a fucking hysterectomy. All for the sake of some fucking chicken? Because it's cheap and accessible and you lazy as fuck? I'm just saying. So anywho, the things that we as black people and Hispanic people have in common is that we have been told that this is our culture. So if we connect the dots, you can see why African Americans and Hispanics are the sickest people in the country. Because at the root of our culture is chicken and pork. Illnesses come from the things that we eat every day. Why is it that 50% of Hispanics are diabetics? Because they're eating chicken and pork every day. So, what is going to improve our cell signaling? Watermelon, curry powder, green tea, garlic, onions, cranberries, eggplant, cherries, plums, olive oil, peanuts, walnut oil, and blackberries. Okay? And what is going to make our bacteria happy? Mushrooms, silver dollar, portobello, enoki, and maitake. Miso, cabbage, kefir, amaranth, dandelion greens, watercress, and brewer's yeast. And corn. Corn tortillas, corn chips, tamales, all that corn. Corn wrapping up chicken. Canned mushrooms. If it's portobello, even the canned mushrooms there are different types. What's the type? The type is not canned, baby. What type of mushroom are you having canned? But why can't you get some fresh mushrooms? Why are you eating canned mushrooms? Why are you eating anything out of a fucking can? Are you shopping at the Dollar General? If all you can get your hands on is canned, eat them. Okay? They also have frozen mushrooms, if y'all have never looked into that. A lot of these mushrooms are frozen. I'm telling you, the best thing that you can do for whatever ailment you have in your body is mushrooms. Get you a mushroom. If there was, you know how people be like, well, what multivitamin should I use every day? Get you some Mushroom Boost. Yeah, the mushrooms are ready. The site is up. Click the link on my bio, the Selfish Supplement site. Get you some Mushroom Boost. Get you the fermented mushroom powder. If you can only get one, I would say Mushroom Boost. If you can only get one, I would say the fermented, because it has all 10. But if you're dealing with like asthma or any type of respiratory issues, get you some Ganoderma, which is reishi, or get you some chaga. If you can only get one. But if there's something that you should be taking every day, it's mushrooms. Because not only is it going to reverse whatever ailment you're dealing with, but it is going to help you to stay healthy. I swear to you, I swear by it. I would not be sitting here with y'all today if I did not get on medicinal mushrooms and get rid of that sarcoidosis and that asthma. This is why today I still don't have sarcoidosis or asthma. Okay? So I will be back again tomorrow. I bet y'all weren't expecting me to come on here today, were you? Y'all thought, oh, she went to the concert last night. She ain't gonna be Nah, baby, I'm ready to work. I'm back to work. Most of the hard stuff with getting these companies and stuff up and going is done. I'm ready to work. Okay? So I will see y'all back here again tomorrow. Go get your foods list. Start on your beneficial foods list. Missy. I went to see Missy Elliott last night. Okay? So I'll be back here tomorrow around 6 o'clock Eastern time. Call your friends. Thank you. Call your friends and your relatives and let them know that we're going to be on here tomorrow. Okay? I love y'all. I'll see y'all back here again tomorrow. Bye.